Hello everyone, welcome back to Base Damage. Hope you are all doing well. I am so happy to finally be able to talk about some new stuff for the Weiss Schwarz Regionals. Basically everything for the Bushiroad Championship Series 2025-2026. Whether I get accepted into the content creator program or not, it does not matter. I still want to talk about Weiss, so let's do that. So, we had a long break. The last time I talked about this was a hot minute ago. I mean, well over a month. Let's be real. Rosemont happened in October. I am recording this the day of November 19th. It has been well over a month since then. We finally have the results for both Mexico City and Modeling Austria. So we're going to take a look at those today. And even coming up this weekend is going to be a big one. We got Houston coming up this weekend. I know several people going to it. I know also some people who kind of had to cancel plans for it last second. So that is sad. But for anyone who is able to go, I hope you enjoy Houston. All right, let's jump into Mexico City. This happened on November 9th. We had 143 players. This is really cool. This is a lot. This isn't like team numbers in terms of like what you see, like, because typically when you see the teams, it's like, okay, cool, multiply that times 3, and then you have like 90 players or something of that nature. So this is like a really nice turnout. I do like this. They obviously had to do a cut to top 16. Let's go over a couple of these real quick. I kind of peeked at this one. I haven't peeked at the other one just yet. So I haven't looked at the Austria one just yet. I only took a peek at like 2 decks just to see how fast my internet would load up. So let's go. This is kind of what I was figuring was going to happen. I almost recorded another video sharing my kind of like my thoughts on what I expected to come up, but I just decided against it just because busy with life. I see some other stuff in here that I have to take a look at. Freaking FGO 8-bar and whatnot. Anyway, first place. Obviously, we have Bang Dream Oblivionis Lisa. This is the Lisa top end is something we haven't seen topping, at least through teams and whatnot. A lot of stuff was like Oblivionis Dolores, like right here for third place, which, I'll still mention it when I get to you. But Lisa top end was not there before, so I do want to take a look-see at that one if my thing will click. Next is second place, Mortis Dolores. I think the Mortis is that the trial deck level 1? I'll double check that in a little bit here. Third place, as stated, Oblivionis Dolores. This is what we saw a whole bunch during teams, which is like a little more expected here. The other ones, like obviously the Dolores top end's understandable. I think the Mortis is trial deck. The Lisa top end, I'm curious as to which Lisa top end it is. Put it that way. Fourth place, we have GGO Bar Door. GGO's obviously seeing a resurgence because they got what? It was a premium booster, so like extra stuff with it. So really cool to see more GGO up here. This is one that I've seen coming up a lot in teams, so I'm surprised to see 2 of it here. 5th and 6th place are both Xion Aqua for Hololive, and I do want to take a look at that one because when I went for teams in Duluth, I was running a Aqua top end as well. So I understand why it's really, really good, so I do want to point that out. Next, for 7th place, we have Mercuria Enterprise. This is kind of to be expected. I figured Azure is going to see a little bit of a resurgence outside of just your cats, and this could age poorly as I pull this open. I don't think you can run cats with this deck, though. We have another Enterprise deck further down, because if it's the Enterprise top end that I believe it is, which we will go ahead and talk about that in a second here once I say the top 8, and then we'll continue going from there. You can't run cats because it has to rely off of blue and yellow cards. So we will take a look at that. And then 8th place, we have Ozki Choco. Really cool to see there. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look-see at this before we continue on with the rest of the top cut. Okay, so it is this particular one. This was from one of their extra boosters or something, the Rush und Craziness, because I remember getting an SP from one of these boxes. Say 3/2 10K. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1, summon another copy of herself from the deck. Okay, so then you could just pay 4 stock and summon 4 copies of this. Okay. When this card attacks, if it's getting exciting is in your climax area, you may pay 1, pitch 1. Look at up to 2 cards from the top of your deck, put them on top of your deck in any order, deal X damage equal to the number of Rash und Craziness Lisa you have. Huh. Okay, so it's basically in this situation, you're doing like Marin numbers, because because Marin's burn 2. Okay, so you're doing like burn 3. If you have like 3 copies, obviously if you're able to summon multiples of this, you're able to go, cool. You basically do like 5 stock, right? Pay 2, summon this, pay 2 more, summon 2 more copies. Then you have 1 stock to initiate your shenanigans with this. Then you're going, like, unless your opponent does some like memory kick shenanigans or something, or just something to remove your cards, you're going, cool, pay 1, pitch 1, look at the top 2 cards in my deck, order them how I want so I get to pick what my trigger's going to be, and then burn 3. And repeat process down the line so that if you wanted to, you could go, oh, look, there's a climax. I'm going to keep shuffling it down one more with the multiple Lisa effects. Okay. So interesting there, and obviously the Oblivionis is going to be this particular level 1, which is what we've seen a whole bunch. Interesting. So it's just kind of incorporating more of a Rosalia package, because you do have a lot of good stuff from there. Because this is like a Riki Yukina. Okay, so you do have stuff. I get granted. Hold on. We have 4 copies of this on play. Pay 1, put the top card of the deck in a clock. Search your deck for level 1 or lower. And then we have 4 cards of this Mocha. When this is put into your waiting room from the stage, put the top card of your stock into clock. If you do, search your deck for level 1 or lower. So we have 4 on-play Rickies and 4 on-death Rickies. This man's like, I'm getting my fucking combos. Like, you know what? That's fair. That's awesome. All right, moving on. All right, so this is the Aqua Shion. So this Shion is this one, which is like, at the end of this card's attack, you sack the climax to look it up to 4 to add up to 4 Hololives, and then it gets an extra buff until the end of your opponent's next turn. So this particular engine's really crazy, because this Aqua topic, or no, sorry, it's this one. Oh, sorry, I was like, wait a minute, this art looks different. The Towards the Future Together Minato Aqua. It's a heal on play. You get to do some stock. You get to pick whether you do stock shuffling or discard cards to burn 3 and then top check. But then it got stuff. This deck is just interesting because I want to see. They only have a singular copy of it in here, which is kind of funky. Also, I apologize the how the words come up for this. I know what the effect is. I'm surprised they aren't running more of this. All of your other Towards the Future Together, which is that level 3, Minato Aqua, gained 1500 power and hexproof. Just outright, really good. But also, it's a helmet character. On play, you can pitch a Hololive to search your deck for this Aqua or this particular Shion. I'm surprised they're not running more of it, because I don't see the normal art for it. It's just this one behind my head, sorry. They're only running the 1 copy. So I don't know. Hey, it worked out because obviously they topped. So, I mean, that's really cool. I like to see, I really do like this Aqua, like, top end and everything. So even if you're just like splashing it into something that isn't with the Shion, that's cool. But when you have cards that can just freely search out both of your like combos, I don't understand why you don't run a playset. That's just me. I go for more consistency, whatever. Anyway, then we have whatever. Why do you name it that? This was the Azure Lane. Okay. So yeah. So this is the Enterprise. This is really crazy. You basically get to do some shenanigans of performing trigger check. You pay a cost, perform trigger check twice, and if the trigger checks reveal a yellow or blue constant character, you get to burn for 3. So you can't run cats in this, and there's no cats in here. I was about to say, if I said this and somehow there was no cats, I was about to look really silly. Or if there was any cats, I was about to look really silly. And then obviously they're using the Mercuria. Okay, interesting there. Moving on, we're going to continue down from the 9th to 16th place. So, we have, the 9th place is Azkigura, Modernia Biscuit coming in 10th. The FGO 8-bar, I think I know what it is, but I want to see. Slime, we have Standby Muron coming back, but it's the only slime deck in the top 16, which is kind of nuts. And I just realized I didn't look up if there was anything banned for Mexico City. Future me, take a look at it. If there's anything, let me know. Then Bochi the Glock with door bar. Shakugan no Shana, two choice and door, understandable. Azure Lane, Anchorage, Enterprise, and then 16th is quintuplets with Yotsuba. Shoutouts to Yotsuba as well. Apparently it won like a WGP or something. So really cool there. Oh, this is really neat. They did a breakdown of representation. This hasn't happened before. This is really cool. Okay, we're gonna come back to this. I just want to check out the FGO real quick so we don't have time getting away from us. Also, I'm trying to make the file shorter typically because YouTube's been having issues uploading my shit. Okay, so it is the Aussie climax top end. Really cool there. When the battle opponent becomes reversed, pay 2, pitch 2, put that character in your opponent's clock and deal 2 damage. Just outright. Like, cool. Then what is the other? Oh, it's the is it level 1? Yeah. I was trying to look for Sanzang. It's the level 1 here. On attack, if you have 5 elements, Mountain Buddha Palm, you can pitch a card. This gets 2k power till end of turn. Perform the following action 2 times. Look at up to 2 cards from the top of your deck. Choose a Chaldea or Camelot from amongst them added hand, and put the rest into waiting room. You get to do that twice. You get to dig down like 4 cards. It's as if you're going pitch a card. Look at the top 4-ish and add 2 characters to hand. Is basically what that reads, but it's whatever. So really cool there. Shout outs to the FGO player. You get a win in my book. There was only 2 FGO players. So the biggest representation, this is actually very worth talking about, was obviously Nikkei. And this is what I felt was going to be the biggest representation because it just didn't get touched on the previous ban list. So this and Bang Dream, obviously, people are also on Azure Lane a whole lot more. Even though in this we had 2 Azures, 3 Bang Dreams, and only 1 Nikkei. So despite this having the highest representation, it didn't trickle through as much. Like for Bang Dream, obviously the top 3 are all Bang Dream. I realize it's kind of hard to state. Oh, it didn't trickle through, but it still did. I mean, it's whatever. I like that. I'm surprised there wasn't more Nikkei in the top cut, but hey, it's whatever. I'm just looking through to see if there's any other thing. Oh, Dow. We got to give shout outs to Dow where we see it at. Persona. Hell yes. Love to see it. Any Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann? Because it should be TTGL. I don't see any. I don't see it unless I'm just misremembering the code for it, but hey, it's whatever. All right, moving on to Modeling Austria. We had 79 players. Once again, I didn't look to see if there was anything banned for this. Future me will post on screen if it is. 7 Daily Sins, first place with Elizabeth Hendrickson. Second place, we have GGO Bar Door. Bang Dream, Oblivionus Dolores. Like I said, totally understandable. GGO had the, I said GGO. Gunga. I keep saying Gunga. Guilty Gear. Ugh, I can't. I saw the GGO and my brain was still thinking Guilty Gear. Nagoriyuki and Aino. 5th place, Overlord Bar Door. Quintuplets Miku. Then Bochi the Glock Door Bar and Overlord Door Bar again. I actually honorary mention to the Beaufrey list that came first after Swiss, but had the wrong deck log registered. Okay, I heard about this. They got... Damn. That's so cool. I appreciate Weiss Time for doing the honorary mentions like that. From what I understand, there was a Beaufrey list that went undefeated, but then they somehow had the wrong deck log registered, so they got kicked out. Like, okay. I understand that, like, that's what's supposed to happen, but that seems a little excessive. So, Beaufrey is stronger than people expect it to be. That's really funny. All right. Actually, I do feel this warrants taking a look real quick. I noticed that future me would do this, but I'm going to pause real quick to take a look. Okay, I wasn't trying to shit on Bushiroad in a video. I really wasn't, but I think this is kind of not what you should be doing here. So I did try to look up if there was any restrictions. So under Modeling Austria right here, if you scroll down, typically down here, there would be some kind of thing saying, hey, certain sets weren't allowed. And there's nothing stating that for anything. I'm over in Europe right now. Typically in Europe, we have stuff that that was not allowed to be played. But there's nothing down here. The only thing that I think that was kind of worrying to me was Greece Over here under Greece, if you scroll down under prize info, it says non-sponsored invitations for champion, second place, and third place. That's weird. I'm just going to leave it at that and move on with life. But they're not stating what is and what isn't allowed for this. I might just try to do some more digging and see if I can find if there was a place that states it. But this should be under, like, where I would find it at. So it's just really weird not to see that. Once again, non-sponsored invitations. Like, okay, if you don't want people to show up, just say you don't want people to show up. I'm not seeing anything up here, especially for some of these other ones, not stating what was and what wasn't allowed. So we probably won't know. Cool. We're going to move on with life. So nothing up here I really want to like dive in real quick and take a look at. But awesome shout outs. Like I said, I actually, no, wait. Let's see. Is it going to show me the Beaufry list? It's a JPEG. Okay, so they don't have the decklog thing for it, but they do have a JPEG for the Beaufry list. On Atrocity Maple and Machine God Maple for top end. Oh, they were cooking. They were cooking hard. And it's the twins for their... It's a +2 soul combo. This is funny. I think this is hilarious. Awesome. Okay, cool. Just shout outs to the Beaufry player. We're going to end it there. Thank y'all very much for watching. Shout outs, obviously, to everyone who went to Modeling Austria. If there was any restrictions on which sets could and could not be played, I'm very sorry. We don't know at this time. But also, thank you to everyone who showed up to Mexico City as well. Once again, if there was any restrictions, we just don't know. If you happen to go to one of these, whether it was Mexico City or Modeling Austria, either one, feel free to comment down below. Let us know if you topped. Let us know if you just went and participated. If you were the Beaufry player, give me a shout out. That would be so fucking awesome. Do appreciate and thank y'all very much for watching. We do have Houston coming up. I'm very hyped for this. I want to see what happens with this, as well as the ones coming up further down the pipeline. Like I said, my biggest concerns were Nikkei and Bang Dream, and it seems in terms of representation right now, Azure Lane's also up there. I kind of wondered if that was going to be like one of the things to watch out for. So if you do the math here, 30% of the room were these three decks. We're going to have to see if this continues with future tournament reports and whatnot. So just something to keep an eye out for, just something to keep in mind. So once again, thank you very much for watching. I do greatly appreciate it as always. Y'all remember to stay safe and stay based.